Well, fresh off the ice here at Oilers Hockey School as he continues his NHL offseason. It's Oilers goaltender Stuart Skinner. Stuart, thanks so much for doing this. Really appreciate your time. And let's maybe talk about your offseason and what that's kind of looked like so far.
Yeah, it's been a great offseason so far. Took a little break right away. Went to Hawaii for a few days and just enjoyed myself over there. And after that, just been back into training. So it's been 5 days a week, back in the gym, back on the ice, getting on the ice with Dustin Schwartz, obviously, which has been really great. And just working on the game, trying to get stronger, a little bit faster, and nutritionally trying to be dialed in with what I eat and kind of what I put in the body. So it's been great. It's been busy, and it's been a lot of fun.
You know, hockey players and goaltenders routinely work on their overall game. But when we ask skaters, they typically say there's a primary area that they work on in the offseason, whether it be their shot, their strength, their skating. How about a goaltender? What does that look like? Did you have a primary focus that you wanted to work on this year?
Yeah, I mean, just like what you said, for a goalie, you're working on all parts of your game. I mean, there's so much that goes into being a goaltender technically that there's always something to kind of tweak and work on here and there. And Schwartzy does a fantastic job with his plan with me and kind of what we work on. And yeah, this summer right now, it's a little bit like last summer. We're just kind of working on my position, kind of making sure I don't get wide in my stance, kind of little things like that. Kind of just, small things that you kind of just, you tweak along as you take video and kind of just, looking back on video after Schwartzy and I get a couple sessions in, we're always looking at, just small little things that we can change. Or a lot of it right now is a lot of skating and a lot of edge work and post play, which has been great. And that goes into a lot of the game in the NHL nowadays. Like as a goaltender, we're a lot in our post play, so a lot of work on that.
You mentioned Schwartzy a lot. How would you describe your relationship with Oilers goaltending coach Dustin Schwartz?
Yeah, we have a great relationship. I've had a relationship with him for about 6 years now. Knew him about 1 year before I actually got drafted to Oilers. And just like basically he's been my coach for my whole pro hockey career, and it's been absolutely amazing. He's changed my game completely, and he's just a great human being in general, a great family, and we get along very well. And it's been a lot of fun, and I don't know where I'd be without him.
You've talked about your busy offseason so far. It's also been a busy offseason here in Edmonton, and one of the main acquisitions was obviously goaltender Jack Campbell coming from Toronto. Have you kind of reached out to him, had a conversation with him, and how much are you looking forward to being a tandem with him next season?
Yeah, I'm stoked. I'm so excited to meet him and start playing with him. And I mean, I've heard amazing things about him, that he's just a great human being and really enjoyable around the rink and off the ice. And so I'm very, very excited. I sent him a text just telling him congratulations, welcome to the Oilers, and hey, how's it going? And he responded. He was great, and he was very, very kind. And he was saying that if I ever need anybody to talk to give him a shout. And so just it's been, I'm so excited to start working with them and see what it's all about.
Yeah, it's a new tandem here in oil country, of course. For the past few seasons, it's been Mikko Koskinen and Mike Smith, with yourself dabbling in here and there. How much did you rely on Mike and Mikko in the last few seasons and pick their brains a little bit while you had the opportunity to?
Yeah, so fortunate to work under those guys. I mean, I got a good 2-3 years where I just got to pick their brains and kind of ask them a ton of questions. I think I probably annoyed them a couple of times with how many questions I had. But, just always learning and trying to be a sponge and try to take everything in that they're doing and watching everything that they're doing. And, I learned so much, and I think that's a big reason why my game kind of shifted from my first year pro to now. It's been a huge improvement just by watching those guys, see what they do on a day-to-day basis, how they work, what they eat, just all the small things.
Yeah. Stuart, let's talk about last season. You got into 13 games. You started 12 of them. You won 4 of your last 5 starts here in Edmonton, including a Valentine's Day shutout victory, 20 saves against San Jose. What did last year prove to you personally?
Yeah, it just proved to me that I can play in the NHL, I can win games, and I can play really well against really good hockey teams, and I can stop really good players. So it's been definitely a learning lesson last year. Just the schedule and how it's games are every other day, and the flights and the travel and all that, and it's been I'm just super grateful that I got the opportunity, that I was able to play in those 13 games. I got to get a shutout, and it just, for me, it helps me with just knowing that I'm where I'm supposed to be, and very grateful for that.
When you look at the process and your kind of timeline as an Edmonton Oilers prospect, you've had to do your due diligence. You've had to go down to Bakersfield. You ended off a strong season there once being sent down from Edmonton. When you look at the overall process, how much do you have to balance the fact that you're right there, you're getting games, you're winning hockey games, like I mentioned, for the last 5, but you also have to embrace the process, which is you have to put in the work in order to establish yourself as an NHL netminder?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it takes a long time to kind of get to where you're at. And for me, when I was 18 and I got drafted, I was on top of the world. And then it kind of hits you that the real work kind of begins then. And it was definitely shown. And off ice, like I wasn't the strongest, most fittest guy in the world. And then being able to get the work in with Chad and getting on ice with Schwartzy, they've just completely changed kind of how I am as an athlete. And it takes a lot of work, and you definitely battle, and there's a lot of perseverance that goes into it. And I'm so grateful for every opportunity that I've gotten, and being able to embrace the process is such an important thing. And Rome wasn't built in a day. It takes a lot of time, and I'm so grateful for all the games, all the failures, and just all the tough times that kind of rise to it, and also all the great times to help you learn and keep you pushing and keep you moving in the right direction. So it's been a lot of fun. It's been a lot of fun.
We talked about the tandem next year and yourself and Jack Campbell. What do you think of the Soup and Stew nickname that Oil Country faithful have given you two?
Yeah, it's unreal. I'm so excited. I think that's a great nickname. I actually, at this hockey school that we were doing, somebody gave me a gift, and I wasn't expecting a gift at all. And I opened it up, and it was a shirt, and it was like a soup. And then it said Soup and Stew. I thought, awesome. I thought that was hilarious. It's awesome. I like that.
Absolutely love that. All right. In the press conference that Ken Holland had at the opening of free agency, he talked about next season and the split in between the net. He said it'll be a 50-game, 30-game split between yourself and Jack Campbell. At least that's what he's expecting. How ready do you feel for those 30 games and playing a pivotal role here for the Edmonton Oilers?
Definitely ready. I'm excited. I'm ready to get going right now. The preparation that goes into it has started, a month ago, right when the season ended this year. It started, and I'm so excited. I'm so ready, and I've been looking forward to this for my whole life.
You're 23 years old. You turned 24 in November, and you're also an Edmonton kid. When you reflect on your entire life, and now that you're going to become a full-time, established NHL netminder, what comes to mind when you look back?
Oh, lots of emotion. I mean, growing up, you watch all these great goalies, you watch all these great players as an Edmonton Oiler, and for me, getting to watch them in Rogers Place, getting to watch them in Rexall Place, seeing them practice, and I mean, just growing up and going through everything that you go through in order to get to the NHL is, it's just you're so grateful, and you're a little bit of like a kid again. You're like, wow, this is like actually happening. Sometimes you got to pinch yourself, and it's super cool. And just being able to be on the Oilers here, wearing that logo, being around the players that are in that locker room is just incredible. And I'm so very lucky and fortunate.
Well, you talked about potentially annoying Mike and Mika with all the questions you asked. I hope I wasn't being too annoying with all of my questions today.
No,
Stuart,
never.
Thanks so much for this. I really appreciate your time.
Yeah, thank you.